So at this point, I'm freaking done making masks. The money is not even worth it at this point. I'm so over sewing. I'm so over having my kitchen taken over by fabric. I'm so over trying to post them and list them and meet up with people in parking lots to give them money or for them to give me money and masks. Just I was so over the whole thing. Lesson 4, work smarter, not harder. So you remember lesson 1, right? Buy low. Lesson 2, supply chain, okay? Why can't we just buy these at wholesale for really cheap? They're mandated now. They're going to have to sell to companies for big prices, and there's no way they're going to be spending that much. You're going to put so many businesses out of business, and so I was like, I need to find who's selling these wholesale, right? So the dilemma with being able to purchase wholesale outside of the country is there were certain rules within countries that they weren't giving up their masks that are within their country, right? We weren't sharing ours, they weren't sharing theirs. Masks were not being exported right now just because everybody needed their own share. But there was a loophole. So you couldn't share anything between countries mask-wise that was considered like PPE, but you could sell the masks that are used for like sports endurance training. And so the masks that I was able to get were masks that were like the neoprene. They were freaking nice. They strapped over your ears. They had a Velcro. They had filters, and they had a carbon filter in them, right? So like top of the line, these things were just like, I scoured DHgate with the correct keywords, sports endurance training masks. They weren't under the PPE category. They were allowed to be exported, and I could get like thousands and thousands of units. I think my first order, I did 2,000 units. I was selling these for $20 a piece. Then I started selling them on my Etsy, and they were going for so fast. I was waking up sometimes already having made like $700 for the day. So with Etsy, the whole deal is that everything on Etsy is supposed to become homemade. And you know that that's not true because of my sticker story, right? So nobody's really following the rules, but these masks were clearly like industrial looking grade. They were like professional looking. They did not look homemade at all, right? So I have a Cricut, and what I did is I listed them with the option to buy a blank mask or to purchase a mask that gets a custom sticker or something. Like something I can make with my Cricut, right? So they can iron it on their mask or whatever, right? I think during that whole time, one person ordered it, and all I did was do the Cricut and put it in with their order, and they could put it on whatever they want. I don't know. Now, my sticker business was already still popping. I was still importing stickers while COVID was happening, and now that I was doing masks, I became an Etsy 2%er. I was grossing so much money so quickly on Etsy. I was like a little nervous I was going to get shut down by the Etsy police. I tell you the rest in part 5.